So I wanted to share some thoughts about the J7 Plus so you can kind of figure out if this is the right vacuum for you. If you're in the market for a robot vacuum, I just want to say I totally get it, because I got this because I wanted to automate some of the things in my life in terms of the tasks, like cleaning tasks in particular. And so I thought, we don't do dishes by hand. We have a dishwasher, we have an appliance for that. And we don't wash our clothes or dry our clothes. We have appliances for that. And so when it comes to cleaning your floors and keeping those clean, there's an appliance for that. And when you think of this in terms of an appliance purchase, it makes a lot of sense in terms of what you're looking for. And so as I got this, there was a few things. I tried one of the like a lesser expensive model of a different brand, and really wasn't very happy. It worked fine, like in terms of it computed around the floor and got everything clean. But one of the things that I got this that was basically the deciding factor for the J7 model as opposed to one of the others is that I wanted something that was, I guess, a bit smarter in terms of, this will go around your house, and if it sees a sock or a cable or like any kind of obstacle, it'll actually take a picture. There's a camera on the front of the unit. It'll snap a picture of the object and send it to the app and notice it as an obstacle. And you can choose if something's an obstacle, if it's just a temporary thing, or if it's something that is not an obstacle at all, and if it's mistaken. And you just program that, and the vacuum learns and actually will go around those things. We have a couple of spaces in our house where there's some cords and cables. You can set zones, like keep out zones and specific clean zones. So we've got a back door, back entry, and it gets there's a lot of like leaves and stuff that come off the trees. And so that gets quite messy. And so you can just send it, like on the app, you can go clean the back entry, and it'll just peter from its little base there, which is a fantastic unit, by the way. It's got the dustbin in there. And so the J7 Plus has the dustbin and as part of the base, whereas the J7 is just the unit here. But the dustbin is fantastic. It's super, again, trying to automate those parts of your life, right? So it just self-empties every time it's done. But you can send it right to the area that you want it to do. It'll vacuum around there, takes a minute or two, and comes back. It's relatively quiet. It has these sort of rubber wheels here, which I think would be pretty good for carpet. There is the S9, which apparently is really good for carpet, one of the better ones for the carpet. But we don't really have any carpet, so I can't just the back entry carpet, and this does a great job on that. It's got one spinny wheel here for the corners, and so of course it gets all the corners with this side of the vacuum. The parts are really easy to clean. These wheels pop out. This unscrews. There's just a little flip tab here. Where is it here? That you can pull these wheels out to get all that, like if hair gets wound around there. So I've only had to, since having it, I've only had to do that once to get the hair out. I'll put that in later when I'm paying attention. But it's super easy to just pull it off, pull out the little tangled hairs, and clean it up. The back here has a dustbin. Where am I here? Little button you push, and out comes the dustbin. This opens up as well here. I can't quite push the button with one hand, but here we go. Trying to do it with one hand. Okay, I'll just set this down. So there's a little button on the top here. You push this. Oh dear, I'm making a mess now. This opens up. You can empty out the dustbin by hand if you wanted to. Or in this case, I see there's a Q-tip in there. That's great. So you can empty that out by hand if you need to. If you didn't have the dustbin, it snaps in super easy. And yeah, so I guess I don't need to hold this up the entire time. But the reason that I absolutely love this is because of the way that it automates, mostly with the app, the intelligence of the app. It creates a map of your house, and because of that map, you can create rooms and zones. Again, keep out zones, like if you got cables or you don't want it to go into the couch, or if you want it to get specific areas like cleaning the back door or the front entry, your bedroom, things like that. And it doesn't just run over stuff randomly. So it's not just going to run over a cable, and it's not going to run over a sock or things like that. And so people use this for, like, there's a lot of comments about like pet feces on the ground. If they're, pets, made a mess on the ground, this is going to kind of capture that on the camera and not smear it around everywhere. So that's nice. We don't have a pet right now, so that's really good. But overall, this has been really so good. And so just want to praise this. Anything I don't like about it? Well, so far I haven't noticed anything that's really frustrating about it or difficult about it, because you don't even have to pick up stuff around your house first. Like if you forget to pick up, of course you can schedule it on the app too. So if you forget to pick up stuff and it just goes, it's not gonna not be able to do its job. It'll just skip those areas. If there's an obstacle on the floor, it'll just kind of go around it. But it does it in a smarter way than the other cheaper vacuums do. So it was definitely worth the upgrade for me because of the features that I was looking for, which again was just to automate stuff and not have to worry about it. Yeah, what don't I like about it? I'm not sure, and that's saying something. I can't really think of something that doesn't work really well about it so far. We're only about, I guess, 2 months into having this, and so far so good. But I'll make another review video a little bit later once I've had it for maybe 6 months and see if there's something that kind of comes up, but so far so good. It's working really good. I did my first maintenance clean on it just to get all the wound up hairs off it, and it was super simple. So I think you're going to really like this. Again, automate your life. There's appliances for this, or for keeping your floors clean. So if you can, I'd highly recommend investing in something like this. Any model, like any robot vacuum, is going to do that, but I think this one, the way it does it smart, it's super good, and it works in tandem with that Brava Jet for mopping the floors, which is also super important, a major game changer. We went with the 2 units as opposed to the J7 combo. The J7 combo has the mop that comes down. It can mop at the same time. But we wanted something that just did a little bit better of a job. Not that I tried the J7 yet, but we tried a different brand that did mopping as well, and it didn't do a very good job. So we got the dedicated mop, the Brava Jet J7 or something. So anyway, that's a different video, but this works in tandem with that. So when this is finished, it will tell the other one that it's done, and then the Brava Jet will mop the space after this one's done too. So anyway, highly recommend. This is, yeah, definitely something you want to add to your life if you can.